Hey, 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 another day, another Doug. We are back with an episode of the Sarah Blake Show, and I'm so excited to talk to y'all because we have a ton of shit to discuss. Football season is in full effect, and I could not be happier. I wish I could insert that Christmas song. It's the most wonderful time of the year because it truly, really is. I don't think I've been this happy as a Tennessee fan, and I don't think I've been this happy as a human all year long. And I think I had a smile on my face the whole entire day, Saturday. It just felt so good to be back. But let's get to what we are here to discuss. I went 15-1 on my sports predictions, but no surprise there, y'all. Now, while I picked Vandy to cover, I didn't pick them to outright win. So that was the one that I did get wrong. Maybe it's because I just don't have any faith in Vandy ever, because I'm like, you are the embarrassment to the SEC. But I went 4-0 on the big games: Notre Dame, Georgia, USC, and Miami. How about that shit show in the swamp? I always think it's fun to see another team, particularly the home team, struggle in the swamp because of last year. Florida fans want to sit there and be like, oh my God, we beat you last year. No, we beat ourselves. We looked like shit. We didn't have enough dogs in our house. We played like kitty cats. The whole thing was embarrassing. And as a Tennessee fan, we knew it was embarrassing. It wasn't that we got our asses whooped. It was that we whooped our own. So just to clarify that one. Now, Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Let me take a deep breath, y'all. What the hell is going on with Texas A&M and their athletic department? The entire Texas A&M athletic department is a bunch of freaking morons. Reason being, why would you hire Mike Elko? When you guys made that hire, I was like, why? That's who you pick? Jimbo Fisher's defensive coordinator, basically? Like, no, you're not going to be any better this year. It's not a big surprise. And Texas A&M fans that think that he's going to revive the program, maybe, but I just have really big doubts for y'all. So Georgia, of course, Georgia is going to Georgia. USC now. That was an incredible game to watch. USC made all the mistakes. I feel like they could have beat LSU way more than they did because of all the mistakes that they made. But Ryan Kelly is not a contender. He is fraudulent. And I knew that. I just knew from previous years who he is, his time at Notre Dame. Like, Brian Kelly is not who he says he is. I mean, I think the biggest clue to that is the fake accent. So, y'all, I mean, you could have done better with Edo probably, and at least y'all would be having fun. So, that leads me into Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy's still a man, still 40, whatever. He is showing his age with his whole, it wasn't me. I don't think I've laughed as hard. And he's probably actually have two savages of the week. He's my number one savage for calling out Connor Stalions. That was dope. And the second one is Dan Mullen for retweeting. But Dan Mullen is the same recruiting base as Billy Napier. So it's not like Dan Mullen would do any better in that situation. They're both kind of the same. So I think that Billy Napier at Florida, he's got to go. Y'all were coming undone on Twitter during the game. But as far as Billy Napier goes and the Florida Gator fan base, I think y'all have to be the most delusional fan base in all of college football. And I don't just say the SEC, all of college football. You guys went 5-7 last year. I don't know if you thought this schedule that you guys have, which is probably one of the hardest, is something you were going to overcome with a mediocre coach. No, you're delusional. So he needs to call it quits. You know, honestly, he came in at a bad time. There's not much you can help there. He isn't a great coach. I know that he thinks scared money don't make money, but if he would listen to Nick Saban and just realize money don't matter if you ain't paying the right players, you know, it's kind of what you got going on there. But Urban's not coming back. He's not going to revive your program. He's not going to come back to coaching. So Florida fans, y'all need to figure it out and maybe get together with Josh Prey at the Denny's and discuss what y'all are going to do, because right now, y'all need to figure it out. Like I said, Mike Elko, Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M. Good luck. UCLA. Let's talk about UCLA and their coach. I know you don't know much about UCLA, but we are in LA. So it's not shocking that USC fans, it was about 40% in Las Vegas, and they said about 60% of LSU fans. Well, no shit. It just means more in the SEC. So getting off the plane when I came back from Mexico, everything was like purple. And I was a little disgusted, but more so I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I love that SEC football means so much more, and it's just a way of life. So it wasn't shocking to me that that's how the turnout was, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I don't know if they're going to win. That's a little high hopes. I probably wouldn't have traveled for Jeremy Pruitt or Butch Jones. So I think that maybe LSU needs to get in touch with the fact that Brian Kelly is a fucking disaster. He is a basket case. The dude has no idea what the hell is going on. He can't even fake an accent during his press conference. And more importantly, another game, another blaming the players. I don't know if he is just the biggest idiot of all time, but he needs to point the finger at himself. He got completely outcoached, and USC made insane mistakes in that game. So, I mean, at some point, there was a point for either one of them to have the game, and they just didn't have it because Brian Kelly's a terrible coach. So, and you can see that from his players. They're completely and totally undisciplined. I mean, they don't play with the same championship aura that you would expect from, say, a Nick Saban team, because he's not that type of coach. Shane Beamer. Let's go to Shane Beamer. Stressed the fuck out. Poor guy. I don't know if I feel more sorry for him or if I want him to be completely and totally investigated, because every time I see him play now without Connor Stalions, Clemson beat Tennessee, and now you're not doing shit without him. So y'all need to be looking into that, because there's something there. I'm telling you, he is just absolutely wants to be a part of the team more than he knows how to coach, and he's not his daddy. Dabo. Let's go to my idiot of the week. Idiot of the season last year, idiot of the season this year, Clemson. It is not hard to figure out something. If you're not going to utilize the portal, then you're going to get left the fuck behind, because everybody else is utilizing the portal. The whole landscape of college football has changed. And if you're not going to change with it, that's a serious problem. And I think we're seeing it now, because it's like you're just being stubborn and you're in your own way. You have to get out of your own way to be successful. And Dabo is obviously, I don't know if maybe he's just in with the Lord and that's what the Lord is telling him to do with his path. But if that's the case, then maybe he needs to go change different congregations, because this is not working for him, and it's not going to continue working for him, because it's absolutely embarrassing to take a Clemson team and the dynasty of a Clemson team and just destroy it because you are being stubborn and you don't want to utilize and change with the way that the landscape of football is changing with. You're going to have to do it, or he's going to have to get fired. So, cheering on a blowout. Let's talk about how every other fan base is so mad right now because Tennessee looked that good. We were not cheering on the fact that we beat Chattanooga. Woohoo, we won, yay! That is not how Tennessee fans are. Trust me, we didn't win in the swamp last year, and we were all pissed because we knew exactly what was going on with each player on our team, and we knew at that point what the rest of our season was going to look like because of what we had on the field. And it wasn't because we hated this person or hated that person. It was because, all right, something's going on. We need to figure this out. And, we needed to figure out what our season was going to be. But Josh Heupel knew what our season was going to be, which is why I respect him more as a coach now than I have ever. And I have more faith in him because our athletic department is fucking king. No other school has an athletic department like ours. And I think that's the most exciting part about being a Tennessee fan. So let's discuss. I want to get this all together so I'm not just ranting and raving like a fucking crazy person. I don't want to be like Brian Kelly. So We aren't cheering because we beat Jim Bob's college. We are cheering because we got to see for the first time this year all of our skill guys, our quarterback, our linemen, everybody in their position, and how that's going to gel for the rest of our season. The best part about it is seeing Nico, watching his pocket presence, and watching what he's able to do and the decisions he's able to make, but how beautiful it all came together. Then we have Brew back, and Brew's just a dog. So that was exciting to see what he was going to come back and what he was going to do, especially after the injury. And that was such a devastating loss to our season last year. Um, Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson reminded me of Alvin Kamara. And while Alvin Kamara is insanely amazing and was so great, I think Dylan Sampson has the potential to be better than Alvin. And that's a big statement to make. Boo Carter looked really good. Didn't look as good in the locker room getting yelled at by Heupel, but nonetheless, I'm really, really freaking excited about him. Tyree West is a fucking beast animal dog. So last year, one of the biggest things that I noticed about our season is that we didn't have a lot of dogs in our house. Like I said, we were playing like kitty cats. We didn't have a true leader that was in there. That was an animal that was like our Al Wilson, that was wanted to win, that wanted to fuck everybody up. So this year, I didn't just see that with Tyree West or Dylan Sampson or Boo Carter or Nico or whatever. I saw that, or even with James Pierce, because he's a fucking animal. I didn't see that with just one player. I saw that with our entire team and what they want for themselves. Everybody was hungry. We played Chattanooga. We could have easily just been like, nah, let's toss the ball here and let's do this. But no, we wanted to step on their throats. And that is what's going to make the difference this year, which makes it more exciting. And that is why Tennessee fans were like, this is fucking amazing, because we get to see all of our guys that we know about. We get to see the recruiting class. We get to see what we didn't see last year come out onto that field and want it more than ever. So that's why we were excited. That's why we're pumped up. It has nothing to do with beating Chattanooga. It has everything to do about what we see our potential season being. And we're really excited. And honestly, I don't want to say it, but I know a lot of us were like, fuck it. Like, we're going all the way this year. And that's a bold statement to make. I hope it happens, but I can definitely see it. We've got a team this year that is put together, that wants it, and that's going to work really freaking hard. Not only do we have a chip on our shoulder because nobody has ever given us the credit, but we also got a chip on our shoulder because we're sick and tired of the delusional fan bases like Florida and like Kentucky and everybody else that's like, oh, you guys aren't that great, or oh, you haven't been that good in how many seasons? Yeah, no shit. We had to go through Jeremy Pruitt, Billy Napier. We had to go through fucking Butch Jones, Shane Beamer. Like, we had to go through all that. And now we've rebuilt the entire program to be what it is. And I'm really freaking excited. Can't wait to see you guys in Norman, Oklahoma. We have the Real Me tailgate, which I'm super pumped about. You get to tailgate with me, the Real Me girls. We have special guests that are coming. We have a pre-tailgate show at Roosters in Norman. And then after that, we have our tailgate. We're going to have fun games. Real Me is throwing this entire thing together for a tailgate tour because we have something really freaking exciting to announce that is groundbreaking, revolutionary, unlike any other platform. And I can't wait to share that with you guys. Real Me is really doing it up big, and I'm so excited to be a part of their team. It's really exciting. So make sure you guys are joining. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Make sure you are creating accounts and divulging into that, because you're not going to want to be the one dude that's not on the platform that is changing everything. Like, this ain't what you think it is. This is way more epic. So discussing that further, I'm really excited about that. Tennessee looks good. I think we're going to have an incredible season. Like I said, it's been a long time since we've had guys that want it. We had Milton last year, and Joe Milton just not a leader of the team. He's great in his own way. He's very athletic, but he doesn't make good decisions. You knew that Josh Heupel didn't trust him. This year we've got Nico, and from what we've seen, that was incredible. Nobody else went out and did what Tennessee did because of the whole team, the whole dynamic, the whole aspect of what they had. I think that we're going to see problems with Alabama. Now, what was put out there was great, but that's more of an argument that you can make of, oh, y'all played a cupcake team. Like, what did you expect? You should beat them by this. Same thing with Georgia. Georgia should have beat the shit out of Clemson, but struggled a little bit. Now they made adjustments at the half. Kirby's a great coach, but that's a telltale sign. So while they looked great, while they are still Georgia, I didn't think they came out and had something that was out of this world. Whereas maybe I might be a little biased because I'm a homer. Tennessee did the fucking damn thing. So Florida, y'all need to figure it out. Texas A&M, Arkansas, Bobby Petrino, that's amazing. But again, a lot of people are like, oh, well, Bobby Petrino is an offensive coordinator. Yes, he is freaking phenomenal. And obviously we can see that because Arkansas didn't have the best season last year. Sam Pittman, I said he was going to be out the door, but he might be revived with what's going on right now. We'll see. Now, on the chopping block, I would say Billy Napier, Shane Beamer, and Brian Kelly. Well, after this next Saturday, we'll kind of see what the rest is going on. But y'all, I'm pretty excited about this season, and I cannot wait for more. I'm pumped up. You know what? That's all I got to say about that now.